people that are going to be leading this country in the next 10 to 20 years.
Leaders? Well, that may not be the first word you think of when you hear the name of the company these two founders are talking about. College Hunks hauling junk.
Initial reaction when you tell people about our company name is clearly laughter. Most everybody recognizes that it's tongue-in-cheek. It's
Omar Solomon and Nick Friedman started their business 4 years ago as a summer job while they were in college.
Some kids mow lawns, some kids, might paint. We were trying to find something different, a different kind of niche. We wanted to create a clean-cut, crisp image, and that's how we picked hauling junk as our endeavor. I didn't grow up saying that I wanted to be a trash man, but that's kind of how it started.
All right, Nick. Give us a little overview. Good.
Good morning, Orlando. So I'm Nick Friedman. I'm co-founder and president of College Hunks Hauling Junk and College Hunks Moving, two of the nation's fastest growing and largest franchise opportunities in the country. But I'm actually not here to ask for your investment in those concepts today. I'm here to ask for your investment in a concept called 1-800-JUNK-USA. It's a brand licensing and marketing biz-op for the dumpster container companies of the world that don't have a brand and don't have a brand image. The dumpster container industry is a $20 billion plus year industry, highly fragmented, no brand cohesion, which makes it ripe for opportunity. To tell you a little bit about myself, as you saw in the video, I started the company when I was in college. My business partner and I just started with nothing more than a cargo van, and we grew it to now over 40 franchises, doing over $10 million in system-wide sales. We've been fortunate to receive a ton of national media recognition. Obviously, ABC's Shark Tank. We've been on Bravo's Millionaire Matchmaker, CNN, MSNBC, Oprah, New York Times, Wall Street Journal. My business partner and I were actually named Inc. Magazine's 30 Coolest Entrepreneurs Under 30, and Under30CEO.com named us on the same list as Mark Zuckerberg as the most influential CEOs under 30 in the country. So we've really built a team and created an organization that's all about growth and success and innovation. We have a loose board of advisors, including the former chief marketing officer of Pods, the CEO of Melting Pot Restaurants, and the former president of Valpak. So this business opportunity that we're looking for your investment in, we're looking for a $250,000 investment for 40% equity in this concept called 1-800-JUNK-USA. Because one thing that we found is through the massive amount of media recognition our companies receive, we get a ton of franchise inquiries for our core business. But the challenge is, out of the 100 franchise inquiries we receive, we only convert 1 out of 100 into a College Hunks franchise. That leaves 99% of the franchise interest on the table as an opportunity to convert to a franchise or some sort of business opportunity. Our franchise fees for College Hunks is $35,000 up front with a minimum investment level of $90,000. We're looking to license simply the phone number, 1-800-JUNK-USA, and the website, 1-800-JUNKUSA.com, to independent container companies or individual owners who want to start their own business for nothing more than a $2,500 upfront licensing fee and a $500 a month flat fee for marketing, with other additional residual income upsells that we can provide to them, like apparel, marketing materials, as well as a central call center that we now already currently operate in Tampa, Florida. So right now we're estimating that we're averaging 1 franchise a month for College Hunks, so we believe that the low price point entry level, we could average easily 5 licensees a month for 1-800-JUNK-USA. And with your $250,000 investment, we're projecting that we would hire a director of sales to target these independent container companies out in the marketplace to have them convert this brand license. And we would expect a profit of about $100,000 in the first year, $300,000 in year 2, and about $400,000 in year 3. So we would look to pay back your initial investment by the middle of the second year and look to double your money by the end of the third year. I'd like to open it up to any questions at this point.
Okay, I have a question. So the 1-800-JUNK-USA, is that going to be a franchise or a license?
It's a business license. So it's not going to come with the same type of support, training, and coaching that a typical franchise would, like our high price ticket College Hunks Hauling Junk franchise. It would be a low entry point, simply a brand license for these independent container companies that have no image, no recognition. It might be, Kevin's Containers, to put 1-800-JUNK-USA on their containers, and 1-800-JUNKUSA.com, which is actually a website we already own as a lead generator for our core site. So it already gets us a significant amount of website traffic. It's highly ranked by Google as well.
This is a separate corporation you're setting up that you're looking for separate funding. Have you sold any licenses yet in this 800-JUNK-USA business?
No, we have not. We have not yet sold any licenses. It's still a concept that we've created, and because we're valuing it with the $250,000 at a 40% equity to the investor, that's giving it an after-money value of about $625,000. And obviously, it's not generating revenue at this point, so we're attributing the other value to the infrastructure that's already in place, the franchise lead flow that's already coming through that can be leveraged, the central call center that's already in place that could also be sold as a upsell to the licensees.
Can I get that convertible into stock of the core company if something happens to this side one because you're focused on the main business?
So actually, great question, because when we went on Shark Tank, we were also pitching another concept, and they wanted a percentage of our College Hunks concept as equity, or I should say as collateral in this new venture.
Yeah, I saw Kevin rip you apart.
Yes. So we would be probably open to some sort of convertible option as opposed to just giving up equity in our core business right off the bat.
So describe a little bit this market opportunity. There's a bunch of sole proprietors that have junk containers that are kind of scuzzy, and they're going to want to do this because it's a great name and it's going to make them respectable in the junk community, or what's the motivation?
You pretty much just summed it right up. Most containers out there are simply just a faceless container that's a dumpster container out in somebody's driveway, out at a construction site. And the individuals that start these companies may not understand marketing, which is really what we have a concept and grasp of, is leveraging mass media, leveraging the publicity, and leveraging a brand that's recognizable and trustworthy. And I think the container industry has kind of a negative connotation, negative reputation. So if you're able to put a polished 1-800-JUNK-USA logo on the containers and a website, 1-800-JUNKUSA.com, that has an affiliation with an already recognizable brand like College Hunks, it will give a level of legitimacy to the licensees.
So in most communities, does one individual control most of these containers, or how are you going to get enough critical mass in a community? I would have the impression it's a bunch of sole proprietors who have a few of these things. And
that's exactly what it is, but we feel that at $2,500 upfront and only $500 a month licensing fee, it's probably just a fraction of what they spend on marketing or sales or advertising anyways. It's just a way of giving them a cohesive brand to attach to their already existing operation.
I think one of the questions I have, because you're starting, this is a new division you're starting looking for funding, so the strength of the existing division would weigh in on a decision of investing, obviously, for me. Question is, of the 40 franchisees you have now, what are they currently, what's the gross on those businesses, and are most of them successful? Do you have any issues with any of the franchisees currently? How happy are your existing people, and what are they making currently?
Sure. So right now our existing franchisees are extremely happy. Our top performing franchisees are doing over $1 million a year in revenue. Our average franchise gross sales is around $300,000. We just launched College Hunks Moving as an add-on to their existing junk hauling component, which is increasing their average revenue size quite significantly. But the pulse of the franchisee attitude is very positive.
Okay.
A question. Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Cameron Herod?
Absolutely, yes. I just read his book last week, actually.
Okay, good. Just for the audience, Cameron was one of the co-founders and the CEOs of 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. So I wanted to just get a sense, because I've read his book too, Double, and he's very, very focused on the processes around scaling some of these business. Talk to me a little bit about, beyond the two of you, some of the other management team members that are going to ensure that the right processes is replicated, over and over to achieve success.
So for us, we sort of followed his recommendation of starting with a long-term vision and then sort of reverse engineering that vision back to the present time and following the necessary steps to make that vision into a reality. And
so you have a painted picture for?
We do. We have a painted picture for College Hunks Hauling Junk. We have not yet created it for 1-800-JUNK-USA. But I will mention the one thing that this will have some opportunity to do is with the individuals that do license this concept, there will be perhaps some brand confusion with the already existing 1-800-GOT-JUNK, because people may refer to them as 1-800-JUNK, and now these dumpster companies can benefit from that brand confusion.